Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 233-3024 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done. Remember, BARB members get 15% off. The Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program. Saving eyes, saving lives.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning to all the VOB listeners who are tuned in. Hope you've been having a great day so far. This is Peter Boyce here. You heard that statistic that 1 in every 5 Barbadians have diabetes? So all that macaroni pie, put in a sauce and fish cakes that we've been eating starting to catch up to we. And all the beers and the sweet drinks that we've been drinking, and we just can't stop. And that is why the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, in partnership with BARB and the Barbados Diabetes Foundation, sponsors this 15 minutes on VOB 92.9 FM. So if you are planning to leave home, don't go nowhere. And if you have to go, make sure you keep listening in your car or tune in on your phone, because today you're going to hear from Drs. Diane Brathwaite and Charles Pierce, and you will also hear from people who experience the services of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program and how they were helped, so make sure and keep listening. If you have diabetes or know someone who has it, you need to be in contact with the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. They are located at the Maria Holler Diabetes Center up there in Warren, St. Michael, right by the polyclinic in Warrens. That's where you can find them. And if you don't have diabetes, you don't want to get it, so the foundation also gives you advice on how to avoid it as well. And if you want to know how to identify the risks of the condition, take a listen to what Dr. Diane Brathwaite says.
If you think you may have prediabetes or diabetes, why not go and get tested? It's always easier to reverse diabetes and certainly control it properly and avoid complications if you at least know that you have it. Number 2, treat to target. If you're living with diabetes or any other non-communicable disease, you should control those parameters as well as possible. This is how we avoid complications. You can live well with diabetes. Number 3, screen to save. What do I mean by screen to save? Well, when you live with a condition like diabetes, you're actually at risk of developing complications due to diabetes. And so therefore, we encourage persons to have regular checks on their feet, their eyes, their heart, their kidney. And by doing this, if there are any changes, you can actually pick this up early and treat those things or even reverse those complications before they get to a stage where they're quite severe or advanced and causing you a problem. So remember that. Know your status, treat to target, and screen to save. Over the next few months, we will be placing a very special emphasis on diabetic eye screening simply because diabetes is actually the most common cause of visual decline and blindness in adults worldwide. And my very last thought I want to leave with you. I always remember the phrase, health is wealth. So remember, when you're living with diabetes or any other NCD, you really do need to take care of every aspect of yourself and have a good understanding of your medication, the food you eat, the importance of exercise. Just understand how to take care of yourself. We encourage all Barbadians from childhood to seniors to live well, live healthy, and not just for the moment, not just for a resolution, but do it for your lifetime. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Stay safe, Barbados.
Thank you very much, Dr. Diane Brathwaite. You should know by now that if you are diabetic, you have to be real careful with your eyes, right? You gotta take care of your feet, you gotta wear the right shoes, you gotta watch what you eat, but the importance of diabetic eye care is always overlooked. So that's why the Barbados Diabetes Foundation has started a program to look after your eyes for you, the Diabetic Eye Screening Program. We are going to hear from 2 people who experienced this program and how they benefited. Let's take a listen to them. Okay, we now welcome Mr. Anthony Sivers.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
How long have you had diabetes?
I will say roughly over 25 years.
25 years. Tell us about your experience with the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program.
All I can say is something that you should do as a diabetic because the kind of complications is get with associated with diabetes, as far as like cataract. Yes, I would say that the Diabetic Foundation, they're very, very, very good in performing their duties. They're doing a very excellent job out there. Met a Dr. Raffet, who was suffering with because of diabetes, I had some complications. One time I went there with an ulcer, and it wasn't getting better. And thanks to Diane Raffet and Dr. Laurel, they put me on thing to reconstruct my way of looking at diabetes. And it was out of control. I was self-employed. I was a restaurant operator. And despite I used to serve some good meals and things to people, I used to eat very badly. Not on time, not eat the right things. And that spiked my sugar levels out of control. And I get to realize over the years as a diabetic, if you don't have your sugars under control, even if you have a problem with ulcers or cuts or things, is a problem in healing. Because if your levels are not good, you create problems.
So you would say that the advice that you got from the Diabetes Foundation was helpful in helping you to cope with your diabetes?
Very much so, very much so. And I will recommend anyone. A matter of fact, I did do some recommendations to a couple of friends of mine. I had a friend of mine that was going through some problems in the hospital, wanted to remove his toe. And I told him, no, boy, I think the only way to go, because he was a retired mechanic. And I told him, you go and check out the Diabetes Foundation. And he went there for about 3 months or so. Within 3 months, he was healed. And he's back out working again. Although he retired, he's still doing his little private work. So I will recommend the Diabetes Foundation, very much so.
Wow, that's excellent. So would you advise persons to also have their eyes checked regularly?
Very much so. For a long time, I was prolonging not to have my eyes, I went to get an eye screening, eye check for a long time. But because of I had a cataract operation 5 years ago at the hospital. And then when I would go to the hospital, because of the amount of people that goes to the clinic there, you don't always get special attention. And just about a couple months ago, Diabetes Foundation, they had called me, Dr. Raffet, send the message that they were doing the eye screening program, and I went and I had my eyes done. Both me and my fiance. And I can say that I was well satisfied with what they did with the result. Well, I still have a glaucoma. I'm battling the glaucoma, and right now the cataract is under control. So I would say yes, that is very good. It's very good for diabetics.
So if you were going to rate the screening program between 1 to 5 stars, how many stars would you give them?
I would give it a 5-star.
We now go to a lady who has experienced the Barbados eye screening program. How long have you had diabetes?
I have diabetes now for about 22 years. I got gestational diabetes, which didn't go away after childbirth, and it then developed into diabetes.
Tell us about your experience with the screening program.
Well, I found the service is very good, and I would advise anyone who is a diabetic, give it a try, because it definitely do work. Once you follow the plan and you follow what you're supposed to do, yes, it can improve your eyesight, and yes, it do work. It can work for you.
So you would say that the advice that you got from the Diabetes Foundation was helpful in helping you to cope with your diabetes?
Yes, it was very helpful. It was very extremely helpful because, as I said, when they first went into the plan, yes, you saw your doctor, but they didn't only just stop there on concentrating on the eyes. I had a nutritionist that taught me the right way to eat, a physical therapist. I also was taught, as I said, the right way to eat, the portions that you do put on your plate is very important, and there was a chart that was given for me to follow. They just didn't tell me. They also gave me documentation, proven documentation. I had pamphlet, everything that I cannot follow, so I wouldn't get off track or go astray and do my own thing. So yes.
If you were going to rate the screening program between 1 to 5 stars, how many stars would you give them?
I would give them their full 5 stars. They deserve it.
So there you have it. In case you had doubted me, you just heard from 2 of the many satisfied patients who have benefited from the services of the Barbados Diabetes Eye Screening Program. And very soon, you'll be hearing from Dr. Charles Pierce with more information on why you should be taking special care of your eyes, especially if you are diabetic. We now welcome Dr. Charles Pierce of the Barbados Diabetes Foundation with a special focus on diabetic retinopathy. Welcome to the show, Dr. Pierce.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here today. Our main focus at this time is the eye care. We've started a screening program, and we're trying to emphasize again that people need to come and have annual checks to see if there are any changes related to diabetes in their eyes. And we're trying to pick those changes up before they cause problems. So before you start noticing any change in your vision or any other problems with your eyes, we can pick up these diabetic changes and act on it, whether that's going to need treatment, referral, or closer monitoring.
So you are saying that diabetics need to pay closer attention to their eye care?
Absolutely. So everyone over the age of 12 with a diagnosis of diabetes should be having screening checks. So at least every year, if there are problems found, then we might need to see you more often than every year.
So if you go to the eye doctor, like when you need spectacles, is this something that could be identified by the eye doctor then to be referred to you, or is this something that only can be done at the diabetes center?
No, if your optometrist or optician is looking at the back of the eye, if they have the equipment to see all around the back of the eye, the retina, then they can also make a referral to the center or to an ophthalmologist if they find anything wrong, if there's any sign of any diabetic eye changes. The advantage of what we're offering, however, is the photograph that we take covers the entire retina, so we're able to pick up these very subtle changes at the back of the eye and then either act on it by referral or referring you for treatment.
But what percentage of diabetics usually have problems with their eyes?
So we found that around 30% of diabetics have what we call diabetic retinopathy. And then if we narrow that down, about 10% of that require treatment. And when we're talking about a population of 260 to 70,000 in Barbados, that's quite a lot of patients who potentially may need treatment or closer monitoring to see if the disease is progressing. So the main point, really, all diabetic patients who are over the age of 12 should be having screening checks at least every year. And if anything is found, then we can refer you either for more frequent checks to make sure that there's no progression in the disease. And if treatment is needed, then we can also make a referral earlier, so the outcome is actually better than if it was a later referral where the chances of either maintaining or improving your vision are less.
Thank you very much, Dr. Charles Pierce. The Barbados Diabetes Foundation, with their diabetic eye screening program, offers a standard of service that equals or surpasses any you might receive internationally. So if you are diabetic and listening to your radio right now, you need to make an appointment and get your eyes screened. You can reach them by calling 417-0305 or 233-3024 to make that appointment. The last 15 eye-opening minutes you heard on radio were brought to you of the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program in partnership with BARP and the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. Until next time, take care of your eyes.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 233-3024 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done. Remember, BARP members get 15% off. The Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program. Saving eyes, saving lives.